guys. Hey, what's up? It's me, India, and I've had a lot of requests to do a quick makeup tutorial, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump on in and get started with that. I want to start off with saying I do have oily and dry skin. It's a mixture. However, right now, I have a terrible rash. I broke out to number 9 foundation, which really is disappointing. It's the only thing I use differently, so I have no idea what went wrong there, but just go ahead and show you my routine right now, what I would do for this. So I've already primed the face. What I normally do is this is really soft, and I'm going to soak up any extra moisture, which you could see the shiny spots. And then I will go in, and I have everything laid out, and everything is just all over the place. Okay, so I will start with my Rimmel London Stay Matte Primer. I'd like to do the matte primer simply because of the breakout and how sweaty I get so easily. So this will definitely help with that. I always make sure I'm going to get enough coverage, and yes, I do it on the eyelids. And I do that simply because I want to make sure that everything is going to be blended in great. Now I'm missing half my brushes from all the things that I've been doing lately, and all the work I've been doing, and all the looks and all the makeup and all that is spread everywhere. But you want to make sure you get an even coverage, and try your very best to do so, especially on your problem areas. And at this point, my whole forehead is broke out in this rash, and I know you could see, and it's terrible. And I guess a lot of people would be embarrassed to show that, but how can you, show off skills if you don't show your imperfections, I guess. Right? Okay, so immediately feels tacky, feels great, feels wonderful. So I'm going to go on to the next step. This is something I always do. Usually try to do this every single night, and it is a little late, but this is my Absolute Care Intercellular Eye Cream Argan Plant Stem Cells. And this is an amazing eye product. It's a little pump. As you can see, I've not used much, and I've been using it for at least 6 months. So I just tap that on my fingers, and I'm going to put that under my eyes. I continue to use this because I have seen results. I do typically have bags big time under my eyes. Okay. Alright, give me just one moment. I'm going to get my brushes lined up. That way I don't have to keep pausing everything. I'm going to let this soak in, and I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys, I'm back. So I went ahead and grabbed everything so far, I think. So, this right here, the L'Oreal BB Cream Skin Beautifier. This is supposed to be anti-redness, so we're just going to go ahead and try this together. And I'm going to pretty much try and get that on the breakouts here. So I'm just going to do some random dots. It first comes out green, and a lot of people are intimidated and scared by this. There's no reason to be whatsoever. It does turn like a foundation color magically before it settles, so it actually does do that. So that's a great thing. So I'm just like spreading this, and this is just to try to keep those breakouts at bay so no one like just notices them off the dot. And what I'm going to do with that is take the flat end of my Real Technique sponge, and I'm just going to pat that into my primer. So I'm patting, and it's going to be some white spots or green spots until it turns a different color. But this is immediately taking care of some of the redness. Forehead's a little bit worse, so I made sure I did a little more coverage up there. Okay. Looking good. Maybe a little on the eyes, and then I'm going to get right in there in the nose. The best that I can anyways. I'm sorry I keep watching myself, but this is how I'm doing my makeup. Alright. So as you can tell already, some of that redness is gone. As you can see, I have dark circles, and the best thing up here for those dark circles are red. Any red concealers. My very favorite, my absolute favorite, Studio Secrets Professional Anti-Dull Skin Primer, medium to deep skin. It's a corrector, secret number 2. It's L'Oreal Paris. So this is one of my favorites also. I hope you guys can see that. I literally paint that on there under the eyes, wherever you have dark circles and more redness. So do a little up here. We don't need much. We're going to be, you know, the eyes will be covered, but for the most part. Then I'm going to dab that around on some of the reddest spots that I can see here. Let's see. This will not show up through your mascara. There are no worries. Okay. I have a lot of piercings and holes, and I also have ways to show you guys to cover those up. And we'll do that at another point in time, I promise. For now, I've got to get this up. I've had too many requests. So, I'm going to take that beauty blender, damp, of course, blend that right in. This is all underneath my foundation. This is only, you know, this much, this intense, since I've had this breakout. I do use this every day, yes, for under eye circles, unless I just go more natural, conceal it and go. Then the forehead, it's easier to just turn to the flat spot and use that. So, if you still notice that you have, and as you can tell, it's already taking care of the dark circles under my eye. Automatically. Alright. I'll be straight back one moment. Hey guys, and if you still notice that you have a little bit of redness and you feel, you know, a little bit insecure with it, which is pretty well covered right now, I would suggest, I just got this Wet n Wild coverall. It has normalize, normalizer, neutralize. It has cover and highlight illuminer. So white, purple, green, yellow. And again, so the green for redness. Let's see. Let me just show you guys a little bit here. The green for redness. Have some up in here. You guys probably can't see too well, but that's what that's for. Just going to take a little bit of yellow and dab over that also. So this is more drying and quick. So what we want to do when that happens is always keep a little spray bottle handy. I do not see mine. Of course not. Oh my goodness. Can you like not stand when you do that? So ridiculous. Okay, so we're just going to tap that in and kind of pull it around. You don't want to have a one like cakey spot. Now you are going to have, you know, colors all over your face and all this, but it's no big deal. We're going to cover that shit. So just already you can tell the difference in the skin. Like it, you know, in a way looks like I've covered it with some foundation when I have not. That actually worked wonders. So I do suggest the CoverGirl Cover All Wet n Wild. Sorry, I keep saying CoverGirl. Let me find this one more thing, guys. It's just that simple. So here it is, and I have my water in a little catnip bottle. How funny. Always recycle, and I spray and squeeze to dampen my beauty blender again. So that's how I do that. So it's just always handy. It's always there, and I'm going to lose it again. That's what's funny. I guarantee it, I'll lose it by the end of this video again. I'm so bad about that. You want to make sure you focus, like, definitely on pushing it in the skin. And I use the flat surface, and then there's a round surface. You want to push it in the skin. Very good. Next, I'm going to go on to my, no, I did want to use that. I do not know what this is called, but this is my stippling brush. It's very flat. It's kind of slanted. It is the best brush I've ever had for foundation. Again, I spray that, 1 or 2 sprays. You know, I dab it, and I'm using today Matte and Poreless, and it's Fit Me Foundation Normal to Oily Skin. So it's exactly what I need here. Pour a little on the back of my hand. And I mean a little, because you do not want to waste and just soak your face down in all this product. There's no reason. I seen someone on YouTube yesterday completely overdo it with the foundation, and it like broke my wallet. Just, it killed me watching. So I'm going to just dot this everywhere. If I need more, I will get more. But for now, we're going to start blending. I'll worry about the neck later. If you need to, you can, little by little, use brush motions. I do not recommend this at all. It does pull the foundation around. But for instance, under the eye, if you have to do that, there are certain ones I only use a beauty blender with, but not today. Not today. So I'm going to get all this blended in as best as I can, and then what's left I will put on my eyes. So now is when you really want to make sure that you have gotten everything blended in. Just take that brush and circle it down. Which I pretty much match. I'm pretty dark, so. Okay, I like little as possible. I can already tell by now I'd be sweating, but where I used the matte primer, I'm not sweating yet. I'm not hot. I just stabbed myself in the eyeball. What's new? Looks pretty well blended. I'm going to get on to the... Okay, so I'm going to move on to contouring and highlight. I'm going to start with highlight. There are 3 that I recommend. My very favorite in the world is It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. And this is in the shade Light. It is full coverage, waterproof, anti-aging concealer. Hydro Collagen. This is the second one, Femme Couture Get Covered. And this is also in Light. This is a very thick, full coverage. And the one I'm going to be using today, Revlon Age Defying. So, just going to go on through here, squeeze a little out. Go ahead and start painting that on there. You can do as much as you want, as little as you want. A lot of people like to judge and, you know, say, oh, that's too much, whatever. Do what you like, do what you want, do it your way. It's your makeup, you pay for it. It is no one's business. And I'm holding this brush because when I'm not using this one, I'm painting the other 2 that I showed you on with the concealer brush. But since I'm using this one, I don't need that. Let's see, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then we'll go for those smile lines today. You're going to hurry up and blend that in. And hurry up and not find your loose powder to set it. What is new? Okay, I found it. I'm going to have some loose powder handy, so I'm just going to be using Ulta Minerals today. So now I'm going to blend this in, which it blends amazingly. Like, this is all up in my grill, but Joe bought me an awesome stand. I'm loving it. He bought me a phone case with a stand. I'm loving that. And he's really helping me with getting on with these videos, which is a main reason why I didn't, you know, do it right away, was because of the stand situation, but I can always make do. It's just better lighting this way. And I got the turbo too. I'm super excited about it. And the front view camera with flash. People are sending me messages right now. So I'm reading the messages, doing my makeup. You don't want to bring this too high. You just want to keep this at the bare minimum, because you're going to be able to tell. You also have a breakout right now, so you are trying not to bring that out too much. The reason I'm taking this out a little bit on the chin is when I contour, it's going to help blending. So that's why I do that. Also didn't want to shade like too light, so that's why I chose what I chose. If I wanted to go a little bit lighter, I would have chose this one. A little more full coverage. One of the best I've ever had in my life. So I'm just going to take some setting powder on a small, very small beauty blender. And you want to hurry up and set that immediately to prevent any creasing at all. Sometimes I like to bake. I ain't got time for that. But yeah, just make sure you apply it as evenly as you can get it anyways. It's okay if you get it all in your eyebrows. It's okay if you get it anywhere. It's okay. We're just trying to prevent creasing here. And this is absolutely what does the trick. Now, if I had more time to piddle, I would leave that on in a thicker layer for a good 3 minutes, you know, whatever. 3 minutes is good to bake. Anyways, one moment. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off very gently, and I'm going to pop a little bit on the eye there. So I'm going to go around where I baked, go around. I didn't want like a serious bake today, or tonight actually, which is the most odd time in the world to be doing a tutorial, but oh well, at least I'm doing it right. Okay, so that's off. You want to get that powder anywhere that you put your concealer. Okay, so now we're going to contour, and maybe I can help you with some tricks on this. I didn't bring everything, of course. So,